one, DC is rebooting, or not rebooting. It's kind of unclear. It seems like it's a soft reboot like DC Rebirth, not a full reboot like DC New 52. But either way, I'm excited about this reboot, and I wanted to tell you guys about it because DC's marketing department doesn't seem to exist. But today's episode is actually brought to you by our newest sponsor, Gamer Supps. Are you looking to get some energy drinks that are less chalky than their competitors? Do you want to get cups that have anime waifus on them? You could also get them on shirts. And do you want to save a bunch of money and get a free cup on Black Friday with a Black Friday sale? Our newest sponsor, Gamer Supps, is doing a Black Friday sale. So if you're on the fence about trying out this one, swapping over from the competitors, this is the perfect time to do it. Dan should be putting up the image on the screen right now. I'm going to point over here because there might be room over here for it. This is what's going on Friday, Black Friday sale. Make sure you get your hands on it. All right, so let's get into this DC Comics reboot / not a reboot. Okay, so DC is doing a thing that they're calling the Dawn of DC. 2023 is going to be DC's initiative to get you interested in DC Comics again. And as someone who has been following DC Comics since he was a little kid, this has me excited because I feel like ever since Death Metal, they've been kind of floundering looking for something that's going on. We've had a bunch of really cool hits like Shadow War, the Robin book, the stuff going on with Batman vs. Robin, Dark Crisis, but we've also had a lot of weird books that you're just kind of like, what's even happening over here? And they're so forgettable, I can't even remember half of them at this point. So yeah, that's the situation right at DC. What is even going on over there? So they're announcing the Dawn of DC, which seems to be a soft reboot as they're saying that it's coming directly out of the consequences of the Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths and an event known as Lazarus Planet. These two events are going to close out 2022, and we're going to jump into the Dawn of DC. And then every month, it looks like we're going to be focusing on bringing those superheroes that you know and love back to the forefront of DC and interweave all of these storylines into something involving Brainiac. Because the image that Dan's putting on the screen, you can see those tentacles beneath the symbols. Those are literally Brainiac. Now, you might be wondering why I'm doing it from this camera instead of the new one that we've been using over there. Well, the answer to that is simple. I wanted to have the facts on the screen right here to make this super simple to go over. Now, first up, in the month of January, we're getting a small Superman reboot. What does that mean? The whole Superman family is apparently going to matter. We have an image that has Superman, the kids from Warworld, Supergirl, John Kent, Natasha Steele, Connor Superboy being back, and even King and Kong from the new Superman. That's right, they're all going to be coming back. The main Superman title is going to be him back in Metropolis dealing with normal Superman stuff, while the John Kent title is going to be circling over to him getting the blue electric powers and dealing with his own journey over there. And then Connor is going to go out into space and be the Superboy of space. The first of these books is going to be kicking off in January, so I'm excited to see what they're going to be doing with a revamp of Superman. But I also want to note, they're not starting with Batman. They're kind of showing you the rest of the DC universe as proven by the second book on this slate, that weird symbol that you probably didn't recognize. Doom Patrol is getting their own book again. They haven't had one since the Young Animal run like 10 years ago. They showed up sporadically in other books, but they haven't had their own self-titled book in a very long time. So Doom Patrol is getting their own book, and according to this article, it's going to be coming out in February. So I'm excited about that. Next up, we've got that Superboy book coming out in April, but we've also got two Green Lantern books. We got Green Lantern Hal Jordan, and we got Green Lantern John Stewart. Now, you might be in that group of people that are freaking out about the Green Lantern book being written by Mariko Tamaki. If you don't know who that is, she has written a ton of comic books, graphic novels, the whole 9 yards. But she's also the one who is known for writing that book, I Am Starfire, a children's book written for children. And if you stopped following her career after that, even though you probably didn't read it because it was a children's book, she's been doing amazing work on Detective Comics. So her being on Hal Jordan could go either way. That's my opinion on that. It could be amazing like her Detective Comics run. It could be mid like her X-23 run. It could be terrible like the children's book that none of us read because it's a children's book. But we're also getting a John Stewart book that is going to be going back to him being a heroic Green Lantern, military trained, gritty. It's literally the buzzwords they use on the website right there for John Stewart. Either way, 2 Green Lantern books, but we're also getting a Green Arrow book. And it's going to be dealing with the ramifications of Green Arrow in Dark Crisis. For all of you guys who are going to yell that Dark Crisis doesn't matter, no, it does. And if characters are actually supposed to be dead, Well, we got to go get them back. That's how it works in this stuff. So the rest of the Green Arrow family is going to be looking for Oliver in the Green Arrow book coming in April. So I'm excited about that. Next up, we've got another Batman anthology book. So this is when Batman's finally going to be brought into the fray. And it looks like it's coming out in May. I think it's May. But it's another Batman anthology book called Batman Brave and the Bold, written by Tom King. And I'm excited about this one. I liked the Batman run that Tom King did, the 75-issue run. But I do think he works best with short stories. Like, if he doesn't have to do this long-form giant 100-issue thing, he works great with minis and maxis. So if he's going to be doing this, like, anthology series of Batman adventures, I'm excited about that. Plus, the artwork that they're showing for this just looks fantastic. But we're also going to get a Cyborg book. That's all I got. Even DC didn't give me anything. It literally just says that Cyborg is getting his own series. Talent Team to be announced later. At least you didn't forget he exists, I guess. Anyway, moving on, because that's what DC did. Shazam is getting a new book where he's going to be reinvented yet again. And it looks like he's going to be traveling through time with the Rock of Eternity. I'm less excited about this one because I don't know. I've never really been into Shazam comics, but hey, they're starting to work on other characters again. We're no longer just only getting 40 books about Batman. We're also then going to get a Batman book featuring the Penguin. Yeah, I know what I just said. Did you see it? That's called humor. I tried to be funny there. Probably wasn't, but at least I attempted it. Anyway, Batman book is coming out. This one's going to be featuring the Penguin. The government is forcing him to become a criminal again, so it sounds like the Penguin meets the Suicide Squad. I'm actually curious how much Batman's going to be in this story, but we'll find out. Then in June, we're going to be getting Steelworks, which is basically John Henry Irons working with his niece, and one of them is going to be Steel, while one of them is going to be working in Metropolis. I think it's John Henry in Metropolis and Natasha as Steel, but you never know how they're going to mix this up. And that's literally all they've announced, which has me more excited than I assumed, because there's rumors going around that they're actually going to shut down the Justice League book for a little while, let it cool off, that we're going to get a focus on the Titans. The Titans are going to be the big thing in the DC universe for a little while until we basically reinvent and bring back the Justice League. But either way, I'm excited about this because I love DC, but we've had about 2 years since Death Metal that it just kind of feels like it's just kind of, I don't know, meandering along. Like I said, there's so much good stuff, but counteracted by so much stuff that just doesn't matter, and it just disappears, and it's one-off anthologies and one-off Black Label books, and hey, we're going to do a weird Batman Beyond thing in the middle of all of this. That was something I brought up today in our podcast that you can watch over at Absolutely Marvel and DC. But like, there's currently Flashpoint Beyond, 2 Batman Beyond storylines, a White Knight storyline, Batman's fighting over, like, it's just so much Batman, and they're also not promoting all the Batman. So the fact that we got this image and they're like promoting the dawn of DC, the rebirth of DC, I'm excited. And I know I'm kind of rambling, but that's because I am so excited about just getting excited about DC again. And from the image and the way they're talking, all of this is going to come out of Lazarus Project and build to a big thing with Brainiac. And they're only announcing the books up until June. So that means there's probably books they haven't announced. That means that the back half of June, back half of the year is going to be Brainiac-centric and Brainiac-focused. And we're going to have a big thing going on in the DC universe. A coherent storyline, in theory. A coherent plot, in theory. A coherent theme, in theory. It's all going to be great, and I'm excited for it, in theory. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And don't forget to check out our sponsor for their Black Friday sale. Go to Gamersubs, get yourself a waifu cup. I got a little collection going back there, and I'm going to keep expanding upon it. And if you're doing the math, there's more cups there than they have been sponsoring me for months. So I've definitely been following them for quite a while, and I'm excited about this sponsorship. So anyway, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time right here at Comicstorian.